Chag Sameach, Happy Passover. I'm Rabbi Mira Rivera. I am in New York City, Lenape land, and my pronouns are she, siya, and eja. Welcome to Thinking About Passover, Thinking About Pesach. To remember your trusty friend who was at your Seder table for 2 years. And remember the Seder plate that you filled with what you could find. Now thinking of our own Asian homes, whether your family hails from the Far East, Southeast Asian, Middle Asian, India, Pakistan, and all of our neighboring friends, there are items in our kitchen, in our own cuisine, that could be at the Seder plate. Consider the horseradish that we use for Maror. If you buy it in a bottle, I suggest think again. What is your trusty friend in every Asian home? Ginger. Ginger also brings a tear to the eye. If you consume it raw, it will remind you of that bitterness. Would you believe hot peppers? Would you believe the trusty onions? Because mind you, even in Israel, what is used for maror is romaine lettuce. Think of a lettuce plant being left to seed. That bitterness was the bitterness of the maror of yonder times. And you will dig up your trusty Haggadah. And you will also have access to the new LUNAR Haggadah that every year we will start to replenish with more and more of our wisdom and more of our own stories. You will plan all those, and you will plan the meals. You'll plan to buy matzah. But let's go back, even before we do any of that, plan to light the candles. Just like you would light candles for Shabbat, because it's a Yom Tov, a time for celebration, and a time to say Shehachiyanu, may you be enlivened by this. And then think of what else you would invite to the table. You've invited your friends. I would bring with me memories of family. And for most of us, we might be holding 2 or 3 of these. On this side, on my right, my father and me. My father, Bartolome Cabanatan, who hailed from Ilocos Norte in the north of the Philippines. He and I in Washington, D.C. And you would bring the spirit of your Ashkenazi or Sephardi families. You bring all of your families, because there is no either or. This Passover is the passing over of every human being from the humility of I to compassion for all human beings. And let's backtrack to the most important. A feather, not plucked from a chicken. In olden days, in Ashkenazi practices, parent and child would have a lighted candle, and they would go to the corners to brush out every piece of chametz, that which is a residual wheat-sourced food. We would look in every corner. And this year, take a feather and think of this feather as cleaning and going through every little corner, every crevice in our heart, every crevice in our being, where we might hide those sources of decay, sources of pain, and sources of schmutz, just plain schmutz. Get rid of the schmutz, not only in your house, but in your being. Chag Sameach.